is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another very special episode of the Burnout Brighter podcast. This is episode 104. My name's Matt. I'll be your host for this evening's events. I'm joined, as always, by my lovely, wonderfully co-host Destiny. Where did I put you here?
That wherever I may end up on the screen. What's up, y'all?
And today, we are super stoked. We have one of the nicest, most well-informed, genuinely one of the best people out there from LV1 Gaming. We have the man himself, Baron, joining us for the show today.
Up,
Thanks for being here, man.
Hey, you know what, guys? I'm just so super excited to be here. You guys are so supportive, and I love seeing you guys and where you guys are going. I picture Burnout just going. It's crazy. I talk about you guys all the time. I really do.
Aww.
And it's so funny because I remember meeting Burnout. I remember meeting Matt in Gig. And I was like, oh, this dude's awesome. And then we start talking about K-dramas and then it just anime, and it just boom. And now we're here. But thank you guys for having me. And I talk a lot. So yes, I forgot where we're going and I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. You were doing your introduction. That was dope. Perfect.
On this week's show, we are going to be talking about what have we been playing lately? What's been going on? Also, in a very serious note, the stupid fucking people rating people
the hate
of color and
raids
LGBTQ on Twitch.
And
along with some Gamescom news. And we're also going to be talking about the Fortnite Martin Luther King event. But before we do all of that, Baron, for somebody who doesn't know you or who doesn't know about all the amazing stuff LV1 does, please tell us a little bit about yourself and about your crew.
All right. So I am the communications director over at this budding gaming news site that's minority owned and operated called LV1 Gaming. At this point, we have 6 or 7 shows a week. We run Monday. We have 15 minutes of fame where our lead Fame Entertainment goes off for 15 minutes about everything that's bugging, what's grinding his gears in the gaming industry. And then we have on Tuesday, we have Ready Play Movies by Chakalaka. And he goes on in talking about, he's a writer on staff and he has a podcast. He actually has 2 podcasts where he discusses movies and TV shows that are going on currently and what's coming up in the future. Wednesday is our flagship show, Double XP. And since we're plugging, we actually have Ryan McCaffrey coming on Wednesday. Yeah, from IGN Unlocked, and we're getting the IGN team on. So yes, that's going to be freaking amazing. And then Wednesday? Thursday is Take 2 with Fame and Hugger, and they talk about recapping just different stuff through the week and whatever we missed on Wednesday. They're a shorter show. And then Friday, we have Peep Game with me and Dallas Man. We sit there and we just talk about different random games and what caught our attention. Like last week, we talked about what needed updates and whatnot. And we just randomly go there. And then Saturday is Chakalaka's second show with Dan Lima, Ready Press Play, where they go deep into video games. Like, they're so technical. I feel so bad when I see their show versus all the shows I'm a part of. And then, like, they're just so technical and meticulous, and it's so neat. And I'm like, oh my God, I need to get better. And then Sunday is Starcross Gamers with me and Johnny Man 117, who's a writer, and he's actually been a mod of mine for years. I've known that kid for years, so it's so cool to it's a podcast we used to have back in the day, and now we brought it over to LV1. That's LV1.
You did it. Doing big things. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say this. It's really it gets busy, but it feels so good because this is something I never really thought I would be doing. I'll give you guys my backstory. I've always been into video games. I had my first console at 2. My mom bought me a Sega, and my mom and dad got me a Sega. They were always busy. My mom was in school and working, and my dad was working, so they just needed something to keep me in front, like steady in one place and safe. And the Sega Genesis was there. Which, funny enough, I still have all my games. I tucked them away in the closet. Otherwise, I would start showing off. Dude, I still have my Sega. I still have my 64. And basically I started like trading in stuff once I got older, like my
Yeah,
PlayStation
me
2
too.
and all that. But then I ended up picking up another one. But that's beside the point. But so I started off with the Sega Genesis. I remember being scared and crying in the car when my mom bought me Street Fighter 2 because Bison's eyes. I remember this. Like his eyes on the cover. If you guys go back and you look at the Street Fighter 2, like his like he just looks so evil, which he is. I mean, he's leader
He
of
is,
Shadow League,
yeah.
but
He's an
yeah,
asshole.
you know. But and then from then on it's just been gaming and it I mean everything from reading gaming magazines, Game Informer. I remember what was it PlayStation magazine where you'd get the demos.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I remember getting demos and collecting demos and it just is so much of it. And then my cousin, much love to Anthony, and he was like, bro, you should stream. And I'm like, dude, streaming's stupid. Hand to God, I used to think streaming was the dumbest thing on earth. I was like, nobody wants to sit and watch me play video games, bro. Like, no, like not even why would I do that? And this
Yeah.
was before Twitch really hit the mainstream. Because funny enough, I still feel like all of this is in its infancy.
Mhm.
I really believe that. I mean, not too long ago, you had Mark Cuban talking about how streaming's a waste of time. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like that was like 2 years ago. So I still feel like this is all still new. But back when he recommended this to me was when it was really new. And I wish I would have jumped on it earlier and took it serious earlier. But
Yeah.
things happen for a reason, you know. Everything worked out how it was supposed to. And started podcasting. Clearly, I like to talk a lot. Please feel free to shut me up. I can do this all day. I started podcasting with a good friend of mine, my brother, basically. Shout out to Travis. XT Jones. It's the placeholder, the X, but I like to make fun of him. So I didn't know that. Sidebar. I did not know that the X's in the like gaming community were like just placeholders. Like clearly somebody took that name before you and you still wanted the name, and that's why you put the X's there. I did not know that.
I didn't know that. I thought it just like people are like, this looks cool. Time to use some
I
X's.
thought, yes, me too. So I always would call people like, I hand to God, XT Jones. That's he's like, no, bro, it's just T Jones. And I was like, no, it's XT
There's
Jones.
an
He's
X
like,
there.
it's just a placeholder. So then it clicked. I was like, oh, so all the people who would have like the small, medium, and large X, like the lowercase X, the multiplication sign, and then the big the uppercase X, and then their name, and then they would do it back the other way. That was literally because somebody took their name.
What?
And they just wanted to I did, bro, Matt.
I was today years old. I'm
guessing you already knew this.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Stephanie's smart though. That's why.
Right? I'm already. I was like mind blown. So now to this day, I still make fun of him, and it's XT Jones whenever we're doing anything, and I introduce him as that. But we used to always sit around. We went to high school together, and we would have deep conversations, dope conversations. Sitting around after a football game, sitting there just talking for about an hour or so. And then I'm like, dang, we should have recorded that. It was always, we should have recorded that. We should have recorded that. And then finally, we just one day just did it. Because it was like, bro, we're going to talk about this until we're 30. And now we're 30. And we've been podcasting for, God, years now.
So how did level 1 come up then? How did you how did everything begin there?
Okay. So funny enough, I didn't know how big the black gaming community was until the events of last year, until around George Floyd, until around that was last year, right? I feel like I'm living in a bubble. Was it last year or 2019? These last couple, yeah.
No, it was 2020. No, maybe it was 2020. No, was it 2019?
I don't.
Let me look it up.
Honest,
keep talking.
We'll look it up. Yeah, because these couple years have been like a real blur.
2020. Sorry.
2020. Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah, because I've only been at level 1 for a year. Level 1's only been around for a little more than a year. I got on fairly new. But I didn't know that the black streaming and content creating community was as big and as deep as it was. So much so that you had multiple sites that gaming news sites such as like the Iron Lord, the Lords of Gaming. I didn't even know about them. I didn't know about level 1 gaming. And one day a tweet came across and I seen an article go up for level 1, and I had reviewed games, I've created videos, I've podcasted, I've live streamed, and I was like, you know what? I don't know what possessed me, but I looked at my wife and I talked to my homeboy and I was like, dude, I think I want to write. And they were like, what? Like you? And I was like, yeah, I think I want to write. Like I was a guy who would like do everything to pawn off his work on other people when it came to like writing papers and whatnot. Even through college, I would like beg my wife to help me with my papers, or like to write my papers. Like, please, I don't want to write this one. You're better at this. Like I'm just here to get the credit. You're good at this. Like I'll help you with whatever else. Just please. And she would of course say no, because she was mean, or she is mean. Look around. But,
I was gonna say a quick shoulder check.
Right? But so to get to us, I really don't know what possessed me, but I hit up Fame. Much love to him, because he could have shut me out and kicked me to the side, like, what are you doing, weirdo? And I was like, hey, if I come up with a sample, can I give it to you and maybe I could start contributing to level 1? And he was like, yeah, for sure. And like, you know, when you get that,
me?
Like, yeah. I honestly think people are more scared of hearing yes than hearing no. I'm a firm believer in that, because hearing that yes, I was like, oh, this is real now. Like now I got to
now you really got to put in the work. Yep.
Yes. So I actually my first article was the sample article that later got published on the site was the Grand Theft Auto 5 is Rockstar's golden goose and how it's a curse. It's a curse. You know, I don't want to go down that. I don't want to go down that road, because that's a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah, but I'm still waiting for the second bully. But we won't talk about
there's
that.
Okay. Quick fact: before Grand Theft Auto 5, they had 13 individual IPs. Mm-hmm. After Grand Theft Auto 5, they've only had 1.
Yep.
And we still haven't even got Undead Nightmare 2. Mm-hmm. Period. So that I'll leave it there. Rockstar is printing money, and they don't know.
Do better.
Yes, do better. But that's how I got involved with level 1, and then I started writing, and then I started doing video work, then I started podcasting, and then they offered me a chance to take a board position, and now I'm a board member over at Level 1 Gaming.
That's amazing.
Yes, I can talk.
Congratulations on that. And also, I'm proud of you. Like, you doing the damn thing. Okay.
Right? No lie. It feels good, man. It's a trip. And then the way everything is set up at level 1, I honestly thought they were like established for years, and I'm just new. They were like, oh no, bro, we were only up for like a month and a half after you joined up, like a few months maybe when you joined up. And
the stuff that you guys put out, and like the atmosphere, and like when I guested with you guys a couple months back, it's like it was like stepping into like a family. It's incredible. Like the work that you are all doing and the way that you support each other, it's fucking amazing. So if you're not already subscribed, if you're already on their shit constantly, you better be now, because it's incredible. It's incredible.
And I'm working on a newsletter. I'll get it together.
Hell yeah.
One of these days.
There you go. So before we get any further on, anytime we have a new guest on, we always like to ask about a game that matters to that guest, because we like to talk about mental health. We like to talk about ways that games have impacted us, either gotten us through a shitty time or a game that we think is special and deserves to be celebrated. So before we get into anything else, Baron, can you tell me about a game that matters to you?
Yes. Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced.
Nice.
Yes, that game. I could have said Final Fantasy Tactics. It's more the genre, the tactics, the grid-based tactical RPGs, because you know, as we hit this adulthood, things tend to get super busy. And then now that I'm working within the gaming space, you find out that you don't have as much time to game. And these games have always offered me an opportunity to still game in such a heavy, deep-rooted way, with all the deep systems of the gear, leveling system, story. Just they offer so much, but it's truly at your pace. It's truly the ability to pick it up, put it down, have my kids in front of me, put on a kid movie for them, and then sit here with my Switch or my Game Boy Advanced or SP, or I think I'm running Tactics on my SP right now, and
Nice.
And just like not be completely disconnected from everything else that's going on, because it's kind of hard to play an action adventure game while trying to make sure your kid doesn't knock over their snacks, and and or work on something. It's a great way to decompress, because I know mental health is a big thing, and to be able to still game and feel like a gamer, because that it's crazy talking to folks, especially who are like at different levels or higher up or been in the industry longer. They truly don't get to play video games like they want to. I know you guys probably don't even get to run as many titles, especially if you got a review coming up, or like all of a sudden you got to put everything down to get this content out. You guys know I'm preaching to the choir.
It's hard because then I don't want to play it. If I have to play the game, I don't want to play it.
It just fundamentally changes like your relationship with games, and it's just like it could be one of the games you're most excited for, but if you're going into it because you have to take a critical stance on it, everything changes, and that doesn't change maybe the way that you feel about the game or what the game is, but the feeling of playing it is just not the same.
It feels tedious to me.
Yes, perfect example. And I'm gonna call them out a little bit. Biomutant. They gave me that code 14 hours before release, and I if they would have gave it to me when they initially made it seem like I was going to get it, which a full week before, I would have had more than enough time. At the bare minimum, give me a week, give me a solid 7 days.
Yep.
Give me, or at least give me like a stretch where I get a weekend and come on. And what ended up happening was I had a vacation already scheduled. So I was on vacation burning through on my free time, like whenever it was a work trip, it was a work vacation kind of thing. Like we were just trying if we could remote in and work on the go. Hopefully my work job doesn't hear that. But and we just happened to, just to test it out and see if it was something we could manage and it was feasible. Ended up working out, ended up getting the review done, but it was an unnecessary stressor and struggle. Like, you don't give somebody a major title with that deep of a crafting system, that deep of a world, like even the fact that there's flying mounts. I was like, there's flying mounts? I went through the story and I didn't even get to experience the flying mount. But I had to write a review on that. And and then you hear people in the space like, oh, your reviewers are not telling the truth. I was like, no. What do you expect of me when the embargo is this date and you give it to me within you don't even give me 24 hours?
Especially because of how much views are impacted at embargo, right? If you're not there at the line, it's wild. Like, we just had 12 minutes go down and I got that with not a lot of time. I stayed up almost all night. Like, I got 3 hours of sleep. I was up until
because I did see it go up. I was like, didn't the game just drop? Like,
I literally went to bed at 3, got back up at 6:30, and then grinded out the rest and had the review ready by embargo. But it's like, it's rough sometimes.
I'm terrible. I'd be like, fuck it. I'm not, I can't do it. Like, I just can't. I mean, I'm so happy that Matt is like, I'll like rip through this game, but like anytime I'm like, you better than me, because it would come out when it came out.
You got to protect your space. And Matt, I know burnout, but don't live that name. Like, be the name.
We be trying to tell him. Like, he'll take on so much shit, and we'll be like, "Yo, you don't need to do all that. Like, just chill." He's like, "No, I'm good, guys. I'm good." But for real, like, if you keep moving at that pace, you're not going to be good.
And bro, I feel you. I feel you to my core, because every day I'm like, and Fame will tell you. I know we're gonna get the team on here one day. We got to get everybody in here. Fame will tell you. I say it all the time. I want to feed my family with this shit. Like, I say it all the time. Yep. Like, we'll be gaming and I'll randomly be like, we're going to feed our families with this level 1 gaming stuff. Like, this is something I really want to do. I wake up in the morning and check it. Like, I get you. I know where I can imagine where your head and heart is. But please, like, I know I'm getting ready to take a week off after these next big things we got going. I'm going to take a week. because even though I'm probably still gonna be like checking the site and stuff, like, nobody can ever. I don't know too many people who can truly shut it off, but man, you got to protect your space, man. You and all you up here, you have to, because I love what you guys are doing. I said it like the rest of the team will tell you. I was like, oh, dude, Burnout and them, they're gonna blow. Like this is, I could see it. The formula is there, the personability, like, and then you see the effort and the craziness grind. But just, I know you got. Oh man, I can see it. I can see it. Like already. I see partnerships, all type of stuff. Like, and it is because of your guys' workflow. But at the same time, please, 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 it's a marathon. Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like
thank you for saying that to him.
Yeah.
I've been better lately though. Even on Sunday message, I was like, I can't today. I can't
It's
today.
like the last 3 days. I've been good.
He's been good.
This week.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah.
I've been good. As we go into this,
it's because I worry. Like I mean, I know like eventually we want to get big. This is Matt's dream. Okay, so I get that. I know that like this is what he wants to do for the rest of his life if he can do that. But all I'm saying is like don't kill yourself trying to get there, right? Like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna keep at it. But
yeah,
we are
no,
going
we
to do
are.
it properly.
I mean, like we're doing shit this week. Like we're dropping videos all this week. So yeah, no,
we are.
I got it.
Isn't it crazy that like I always say my younger self would truly trip out seeing where I am, like
completely.
Like I'm getting ready to be on a podcast with somebody that I grew up watching on like early YouTube.
That's incredible.
And, yeah, like it's trippy. Like even being in gig, like we always joke. We always say like, oh bro, we're part of the gaming Illuminati. Like.
Right?
Yeah, like that's it. Hand to God, that's how it feels. Like not like we gotta like sacrifice anybody or anything like that.
Right.
But it's just
not
the
after
fact
the first time,
right? Like they get you. It's on the 10th visit.
Yeah.
But joking. Shout out
joking.
Guy Yug, you're the best.
Hearts.
But yeah, right? But no, but serious, it's so trippy to be in a space. Like I was in a room with somebody who did like the graphical auditing for Activision game for Sledgehammer, and then somebody who was doing the PR work for Activision. And I'm just sitting in a room, we're just talking, and I'm like, who am I? Like,
right?
They're like, yes, I've worked on so and so, 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 and then I'm sitting there, I'm like.
That imposter
the
syndrome
communications
kick in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I suffer from that really badly.
Oh, it kicks in really so bad.
Badly.
Like I sit there and I'm like, am I supposed to be here? I'm like, oh yeah, I used to.
Definitely are. I don't know. I think when you say things like when we have people on the show sometimes who are like, God, you guys are doing such amazing things, like you're gonna blow up, and I'm like. Oh no, if we're really gonna blow up. I mean, we're just kind of like doing what we do, you know?
Just remember this moment. I'm telling you, I can see. It's the formula is there, the camaraderie is there, the quality is there, and then you guys make adjustments and like that's. I think that's the biggest thing that anybody, if anybody out there listening is thinking about getting into this, don't be afraid to make adjustments. Because getting stuck in one thing, not even one thing, but in one way, it'll have you afraid to pivot, and that pivot could change everything. Right. Like it's. I mean, that one little thing could just make it. All of a sudden, somebody notices you, and then boom. Now
I feel bad because I'm always the one who's bringing up shit we should change.
But we need that. We need that though.
Like constantly.
No.
Like we'll be talking. I'll be like, I don't really like the way we're doing that. We should probably rethink how we're doing this. And I just feel sometimes I really feel bad because I feel like it's not that I'm being negative. I can see us doing it better. So like I feel like I'm always like. Do we really want to? And then like sometimes Matt and Darren will be like, no, I mean, like I see what you're saying, but, and I'm like, no buts. We just need to change it.
But at least you come in with a solution, right? Like
we talk it through.
You because okay, I've seen scenarios where bright ideas, no solution. It's like, okay, so how do we? And it's like, I don't know, but this, and then walk away.
Yeah,
I'm definitely
not like that. Every time I come up with a solution, I definitely like, why don't we try it like A, B, and C? You know what I mean?
And once again, further proof to why you guys are gonna go. Like I'm not just trying to gas you guys up, nor because you guys have
no, keep going, gas me up.
No, because I love to see it, and you can spot it. Like think about how many people are out here podcasting, let alone podcasting about the video game space, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can point it out. You can just see it. It's like, that's different. Like that. And then when I seen y'all new intro, I was like, oh, yep, it's a wrap. See?
Yeah. Thank you.
I was like, yep. That new
I
intro,
worked on that. I was like,
oh,
we about to blow up for the 100th. Yeah, it was. Yo, I was like, we're coming up on our 100th. We need to change it. Like, brand new reveal, everything.
Oh, I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
So,
yep.
I want everybody to get ready for the eventual Level 1 Gaming Cross Burnout Brighter panel at PAX or something in the future. Get ready, it's going to happen.
Right, we're all holding a big panel, talking to a bunch of people, telling them about our journey and how to podcast and and just oh my god.
Wait for it. It's coming.
Oh yeah, it's going to happen.
Before we get any further on, sorry, Destiny, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think one of the big moments for me is when we did hit our 100th and we had so many people, because when we were talking about it, we were like, oh, I was like, we should give out some games or something. And so at that point we were like, we'll buy a few keys to give out. And then it turned out that we got all these sponsorships from like Ubisoft and PlayStation. We didn't buy anything that we gave out for that. And I think that's when it really hit me that like, damn, like we have like a lot of shit to give away. We have like a lot of sponsors. Like this is big. Like we're doing it. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that.
And see, we're gonna have to connect on that too. We're
gonna talk.
We're ready.
But yeah.
All right. Let's dig into a little bit of what's new. Let's do a quick round of what's new before we get into the big topic for the show. Dustin, let's start with you. What's new? What's been going on?
Just been playing a couple of games. The games that we've been reviewing. So we just played Sable, which was like incredibly good. It was really good. Like it's a game you definitely. Previews. It was the demo. Yeah, it was the demo. I'm sorry. We didn't.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh y'all got the. I was like,
no. Sorry. No. It was the demo. We played the demo, and then what was the other one? Wildfire. Wolfstride. I don't know why I said Wildfire. I don't know what's going on in my head.
It was the W, the E. Was there.
And that was a game from Humble Bundle, Wildfire.
Yes, I thought it was also on Guerrilla Collective because we saw it. It was with Guerrilla Collective. Yep. Yeah, that's where we first saw it. So we just played those demos today. I'm going to knock those out of the park. And I've just been trying to watch some more movies, I guess, and continuing to apply and hopefully get a job soon because it's killing me, y'all. Like, it is killing me. Not that like I'm like broke or whatever, but I just have that kind of like mentality where it's like, if I'm not working, I can't enjoy anything else completely. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So yeah, and I heard back from a gaming company, so we'll see what happens with that. Like fingers crossed. But let's throw it over to Baron. Baron, what have you been up to recently?
So I've been deep into Korean drama and Korean television territory.
Yeah,
I've been heavy. 100 Days My Prince. Finished that. And I love that they're an hour each. The ones at least we've been watching, hour episodes. I love it. 16 episodes. It's like, oh, I can do this all day. And literally uncanny counter.
So good,
bro. Dude, it's it's like they somehow fit like a perfect anime arc into a live action. Like, bro, I cried, I cheered, I laughed.
Me too.
Like it. Oh, so Uncanny Counter gives you all the emotions, and it's there, and it's worth it. And if you got Netflix, please watch it. What else? Gaming wise, I've been playing Empire of Sin, which is, I wish I would have played it sooner, because this game is a Paradox game, which is usually like those big 4x strategy games. And I usually avoid them because, once again, the time thing and trying to fit in, and I don't know if I can keep up. Well, the butter of this game is it has an aspect of that, but then it's a grid-based tactical RPG in terms of combat. So you're running
dang.
a mob syndicate in Chicago, and you're just like interacting with different mob bosses and different gangs and creating different hooch and different types of liquor and whatnot. And yeah,
bathtub gin.
yeah, right. And then you're all trying to like you're trying to get your swill up to like premium grade liquor, and you're trying to make sure not to piss off too many of the other mob bosses around you, because then you go to war, then people want to haggle with you. So I've been playing the heck out of that. And then me and Fame have been running into the dirt, Remnant from the Ashes. And
every time I see you on Discord, Darren playing Remnant from the Ashes, I'm like, every time.
Bro, it's so, you know what's so fun about it is the most it is a great gateway game into FromSoft Soulsborne games.
Okay.
This, like, honestly, it's got drop in, drop out multiplayer, up to 3 people. It has you don't lose all your stuff when you die. You get guns. There's melee and then there's guns. There's no blocking, but you do have a great dodge system, and then there's a bunch of loot, and there's the weight aspect. So it has a lot of the Souls-like mechanics, but it's put into a more accessible game, and it's fun with friends. Like, it's fun on its own, because I feel like that should be a solid measurement. Like, hey, this game sucks, but when you're playing with 3 people, it's amazing. Like, I really think that should be something added into the measuring of, like, rating games. Because I hate when people just bash. And I'm like, bro, was it that bad? Or it's like, well, when I ran with some people, we had a good time. Like, then, you know.
Then say that.
Yeah. But Remnant stands well on its own, and it's still fun. It has a dope story and whatnot, and it has the bosses and the crazy areas, nightmare mode all the way down to normal. But yeah, so that's what I've been running. Whew.
Nice. Yeah,
right,
that's
Matt,
awesome.
What about you? What have you been doing?
My turn. I hopped back into Final Fantasy 14. Been spending more time with that. I'm in Heaven's Word, and it's just like, that game is so cool. I keep going through these like cycles of like where I played a bunch and then put it down just because we get busy with other stuff. But like, I keep coming back to that. It's great. I made a promise on this podcast that I was going to get to Endwalker content by November, so I could run it with Darren. So I have 2.5 more expansions to go.
Oh yeah, I forgot you were gonna do that. I just can't do it.
It's good. Yeah, it's gonna be a while, but I'm gonna try and get there. And I started on Psychonauts 2 today. I played the first like hour and a half of that game. I have not played the first one, but like the second one is already looking pretty cool. The platforming is tight. The what's it called? The combat seems like it's fun. The story is wacky as shit. The first world takes place in the mind of a dentist, and like I hate the dentist. I can't stand the dentist. I don't like going to the dentist. I don't like teeth in that way. It just creeps me out.
With degrees.
Thank you. Pretty much. But like they basically had like zippered up teeth as doors, and you had to unzip the dipper as like the teeth. Just fucking gross. The game itself is really cool so far, and like I'm super curious to dig more into it. I keep hearing all these good things about it, and I'm like, all right, I gotta check this out. But yeah, already a lot of teeth. I'm hoping I don't see any more teeth of that variety for the rest of the game, because I'm out of that level now, and I'm done with the teeth. But and the other thing that Sen and I keep binging and keep watching every week, and like Baron, if you and your wife have not watched Hospital Playlist yet, make sure you go check it out. It is incredible. It's another K-drama about like 5 people that work in a hospital. Fantastic. They're also a band, so there's like a live performance at the end of every episode. So dope, so good.
Sold.
Fantastic. But for the main topic for this week's show, it's a big one. So I'm going to start by actually reading a bit from an article. I'm going to be pulling from NME, written by Thomas Hughes. Thomas writes, Twitch streamers plan hashtag a day off Twitch protest amidst hate raid trend. Twitch streamers across the world are planning to strike in protest of the ongoing hate raid problem, which is prevalent on the platform. Hate raids refer to the act of spamming a Twitch streamer with abuse while they are live. These organized attacks specifically target marginalized Twitch streamers and use many bot accounts to spam chat with homophobic and transphobic slurs, Nazi imagery, and even the personal details of the individual streaming. The targeted attacks have become such a problem that Twitch streamer Wreck-It Raven created the hashtag TwitchDoBetter hashtag, which ended up trending on Twitter. This prompted Twitch to release a statement in which it admitted, "We know we have to do more to address these issues." And that's pretty much the long and short of it, obviously, it is a far deeper topic, and there's a lot of people who are dealing with incredible amounts of shit. They've even gotten to the point where they have some mods advocating that when the Twitch streamer is not live, to switch chat to emotes only, because it's gotten so bad that what some people are doing is that even when they're not live, the chat is still going, which is apparently a thing I did not know, but that
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
what they'll get raided with bots and with, horrible shit while they're not on, then the people that are behind these will make alt accounts, report them, and then try and get them fucked on Twitch, because part of Twitch's policy is that the community is the responsibility of the streamer themselves, which means that people are now, marginalized creators are also in danger of getting reported for getting hate rated. It's fucked beyond belief. And before I go on anymore, Destiny, I want to throw to you, because it's fucking ridiculous that this is even going on, but it's not at all a fucking surprise in the world that we live in. Tell me more.
This is not new news. Like, it's been going on for a very long time, and I've talked to some people about it, and I just don't think anything's going to really happen until it affects Twitch's pockets, like until it affects their money. They're like, of course they can sit out and tweet and be like, yeah, we know we need to work on it. Well, no shit. We all know you need to work on it. You've been needing to work on it. And the fact that, like, I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook where it's like Black Girl Gamers and, like, other minorities, and they're just tired. They're tired of having to deal with it because Twitch does not have their back, and they consistently say they're going to do things better, but they're not. I mean, it's a business now, right? So there's only so much you can expect. And the fact is that even if they don't do anything, like, they don't have to do anything is the problem, right? People are still going to go on there. They're still going to watch it. And that's just kind of fucked up, is that they just don't care enough about their minority streamers to step up and be like, and I mean, like, probably because a majority of it is ran by white people. So it's,
True.
it's not affecting their bubble or their security. So they don't really care.
And that's part of it all too, right? Is like there are very, very few, if any, that I've seen, like, of the bigger Twitch stars, all predominantly white men, not saying shit.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't like, this is everywhere. I don't know how you could possibly see it and ignore it, but as people are saying, it's not affecting them, so who gives a fuck? So then, Baron, what the fuck should be done? What's even possible in this thing? Because, like Destiny said, until it starts hitting Twitch's bag, they're not going to do anything about it, right?
You know what bothers me so much about it is I always get this mixed up. Is it easy but not simple, or simple but not easy? I'm trying to
simple but not easy.
Simple
Okay.
but not easy.
So the simple fix would be to make it to where accounts that are created within they need 24 hours in order to do any type of interaction on the platform. Or make it to where if you have a Prime account, that's the only way that you get around that 24-hour ban or the 24-hour activity. Because why not put something in place to protect your creators? And this would be something that would protect everybody, not just because oftentimes what it seems like is it's hard for people to want to solve a problem that affects a minority group of people. Like it seems like it's hard for big businesses to figure it out. Like, hey, it only affects 5 to 10% of our creators. Do we really need to, like, completely change?
Do we really want to make a
everything?
big deal about it? Yeah.
That's often what goes on behind it. Like, I don't know for sure behind the scenes, but when it's money talking, that's
pretty much what happens.
Yeah, it's safe
across
to
the
assume.
industry.
Yeah,
not just the game industry, but also in Hollywood, also in big business, like in our fucking government. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like it's the same people practicing the same practices where they just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck until it affects their money. And there's no way that it's going to affect Twitch's money enough to make them be like, all right, we should stop. Like, maybe during Black History Month, they might try to do a little something.
Whoo! That whole business.
Right.
I just it really sucks that all the solutions to make this situation, at least to put a big dent into the situation, because you're never going to completely get rid of hate, but you can either make it expensive or very hard and illegal. Like you that was one thing. Like I got into a debate about that when it came to like race relations and whatnot. I was like, do you think people just all of a sudden started loving minorities and black people? No, it became illegal to openly hate black people. Like it
Yep.
became illegal to do things. It started costing your money or your time of your life, like to do these certain things. So you have to apply these same methods because people don't change without force. Like
They don't.
they don't. They really don't. So what do? You apply those same methods here. You put up proper barriers to make it to where if you want to hate rate somebody, it takes a lot of work because it's too easy to hate rate.
Yes.
That's a big issue. It's way too simple to do. Spend $5-10 and go get a bot site made, and you can go to town and you get a bunch of accounts made. Like that, it should not be that simple to get somebody almost banned on your platform. Like for no, like it should not be through your tools, not through their own, not through like you mean literally. If me and 100 people, we create a Discord to get 100 people who hate whoever, we get together and all create an account together at the same time, and we just start hate rating. It should not be that simple. What's a quick
It
way?
really shouldn't.
You put a hard timer, but all these solutions that I'm offering, I think I got a few more. The thing that bothers me the most is you could, at the drop of a dime, like before it even hits the bottom of the coin thing, boom, you could tell I got a song going on in the background. And you can ping it and you can mark it to where I can't, like, I hit a strike. Or remember there was a guy in public who walked past, who was doing a public live stream. He walked past a restaurant that was playing a song, and that got him a strike because the song came through at that moment so clear.
Yeah.
You could do that in a heartbeat.
But you can't catch these like fucking racist people who are hating on people and all of that shit. And I mean, like, that's just another thing. They don't care. They don't care unless it hits their pocket. And the reason why they're so quick with the money, with the music, is because they can get sued.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then that's the thing, right? Like, it's like how the fuck at that point do you say, you know what, you're using music, right? Regardless of anything else. Oh no, shit, you're down. Like, you're down instantly, like so quickly. Meanwhile, people are getting fucking destroyed constantly for nothing but who they are, and it's like nothing. Crickets. Fucking doesn't matter.
The one thing I had no choice in the matter. Like, I didn't. The one thing in my entire existence that I did not get to choose.
Right.
I could make my hair look
fucked up.
Yeah.
It's
so disgusting. Yeah.
It kills me. And sometimes, okay, I'm sorry, I gotta bring this up. It's like a little rant. I cannot stand when I'm talking about racism or whatever, and it's always someone Irish who steps up and says shit about how like they were treated. And I was like, look, you don't have to tell anybody you're Irish. You could walk down the street and nobody would fucking know you were Irish compared to somebody who's from England. But we wear it on our
Yep, it's the forefront.
That's all you see. It's so different. There's no comparison. And please stop trying to compare people's experiences when it comes to that kind of thing. Do not fucking come at somebody and be like, yeah, well, we've had it just. That's not the point. That's not the point.
It's not the point. And so
you know, just
you know what's so crazy? I think about. I'm sorry to cut you off. I think about the way I was brought up, different experiences. Still to this day. There's this little mom and pop dog and feed store that I go to. They have a dope whatever. I walk in and there's never anybody up front when I walk in. I'm this large black dude. I'm 6 foot, 350 pounds. I'm a big guy. I know what you see when you first see me. I understand that. So here it is. I'm walking into this mom and pop business. Nobody's up front. I can't see anybody. And the first thing I do every time, hi guys. Hey, I don't do that to be pleasant. I do that for my safety.
Yeah.
Because their fear is my life in danger. Like I don't want to just walk around these people's store. Like, it'd be bending down, grabbing something and pop up and scare them. Like,
Yeah.
like
It's sad. It's so
yeah.
sad.
And you know, and so once again though, in wrapping it back to the gaming space, it's so I seen somebody put it on Twitter. I pray that they don't use what's going on now as an excuse to get rid of the tags. Because the tag system, even though it's being exploited in a negative way, it is a beautiful thing, and it's made it so much easier to find people who look like me and people from similar backgrounds. I didn't realize
Absolutely.
the indigenous gaming community was so big. I'm indigenous, I'm Native American as well. Shout out to Taurus Martinez, Desert Queen Indians. But right, and it's so crazy that I'm now able to find my people, my folks, so much easier.
Yeah.
And because once again, before before the events that happened last year around
You
George
didn't
Floyd and when
know.
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know. I
And
wouldn't
it's
even know what to
important.
type in to find. Like, is there a special hashtag? Is there a
No,
Yeah.
I
like no
absolutely agree
yeah
with you. Yeah,
like I
no.
didn't know. I didn't know to the depth it went. Not that we existed, but the depth, the fact that
Like
there's
how
gaming news
many
site.
there was.
Yeah,
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
know. And at the levels, like I didn't know. I didn't know that there was big time sponsored folks who look just like me with hair just like mine. Like I didn't know. Like
It's
I
because you don't see it unless, like, you know what I mean? You don't see it. But it's really important, like, just for any person of color who may be listening, it's so important to find your own people in the
yeah,
things that you also like, right? Like,
yes.
it's so, like I always say, representation matters. It matters so much. And so, like, I'm glad that we do have, like, this tag system. I'm glad that I was able to find Black girl gamers and things like that. I'm glad that
Yup.
we're talking to you
Yup.
right now, because I feel like this has opened up so many like opportunities to meet other people in the field. Like, of course, I knew Black people gamed.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Of course, I knew Black girls gamed, but
yeah,
like, you don't know that there's more than just a few of us who are really
yeah.
into it, right? So, yeah, Twitch just needs to do better. They need to do better, and if they can't do better, I pray that somebody who has like the mindset, the ability, and the money can make a different site and make it successful where it's a safe environment, because Twitch is just not a safe environment, and
No.
I don't really think they're going to change it to make it a safe environment. They make too much money as it is, so if it's not broke, why fix it? And they don't consider hate raids as being, they don't consider that breaking the system that's bringing them in the money that they're getting.
Nope.
See, and that's the thing too, is that like I feel so I'm going to pull from another article here from Jinx.tv written by Chadley Chemo. And Chadley writes about how one of the bigger streamers, Asmongold,
Mm.
basically went on a rant talking about the hashtag a day off Twitch. Basically saying that, and I'll pull from him directly, nobody gives a fuck if you take the day off. Nobody knows who you are. That's the truth. If every other big streamer got together and were all collectively determined to stand behind the movement, he would do it in a heartbeat. But he doesn't want to
I
be the
saw
only
that
one to do
shit.
it.
I
Nobody
saw
wants
that
to be
shit. And
first.
then he says some shit about when he did it the last time, it upset people. And so I was like, then you're doing it for the wrong fucking reason.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
It
he said that. Hold on. He wouldn't be the first one to do it. I hate being the first. The thing is, to me, every time I start a trend, people get pissed off about the trend. Okay, so yeah, I'm a little bit gun shy about doing it. I'm not a big fan of it.
So you don't want to stand up for what's right because people get pissed off because you think hate rating is wrong. Like, that's what you're saying to me.
You're
Like, get
you're
the
a,
fuck out of here.
you're a prominent white cis male streamer. That category pretty much makes up the top probably
he is. I want to say
95%
he is the
of
top
revenue
streamer.
on Twitch.
He's
Like,
the type of people who need to be fucking doing it. That's the
exactly.
problem. That
Yeah.
is the problem. So he's like, you know what I mean?
No.
It makes
And
me angry.
you know what's so crazy is even the terms he used. You know, the trend. That shows me
Right,
that
yeah.
you're looking at it from a solely business standpoint, and that this is bigger than business. Why would this platform owned by Amazon, like why would this platform okay the ability give people this bubble to spew so much hate so openly and so easily? Like
Mhm.
this is, and you can't. It's not a trend, man. My life is not a trend. Like the people who look like me, my daughter may want to start. One of my kids, my daughters may want to stream someday. Like, and you telling me that simply because of what they look like and what they're identify as, that's enough to just like it doesn't matter. That's not the, you don't matter. You small content creators, that's not the thing to change it. So what do you need? What's the checklist? Like what's the official like that? What's the official number? Like the third person with over 100,000 subs. That's then I'll jump in. Like where do you draw the line? Like
if Ninja's doing it, then I'm doing
it.
I just feel like he doesn't care. Like
no,
that person in particular just doesn't care. And because they come together to do other shit
all the time.
Do you know what I'm saying? All the time, all the fucking time, they come together to raise money for other fucking charities. And you're telling me you can't help out your fellow gamer?
Yeah, if for nothing else, let's take
just don't be on for a fucking day.
But let's take that phrase. I love that because oftentimes, once you start trying to point it to a minuscule group of people, or not a minuscule, that's rude, to a minority group of people, now all of a sudden it's that's too spicy. But I love what you said for your fellow gamer. You don't want to make the space better for your fellow gamer. Like let's take out all the other stuff, even though that's what makes it so crazy. But why don't you want this space to be safe for gamers?
In general.
That's not enough to get you into the fight. Like there's gamers out there who can't just game. Like, and it's like, bro, like, come on, man. You're too big of a voice to speak so broad. Like that's like, what privilege, right? Like I know people hate that term and they hate saying
it, but it's a thing.
It's very like,
it's
bro,
very real.
Here it is. I have to announce my presence walking into a store to buy dog food and to make sure my dog eats good dog food. Yeah. And you're over here. There's a whole group of people who look like me who can't even get through a stream. I've seen people. I think they were quoted in the article where they were saying about not even an hour, like within the first hour, they had an hour worth of raids. Like crazy. I've been in friends' streams, and I don't even stream as much anymore due to wanting to actually look at my kids grow up. But like the time frame for everything, something's got to give, right? But I've sat in friends' streams and watched them get raided, and I'm like, wow, dude, you had to go out of your way. Somebody had to go out of their way.
It just makes no sense. Yeah, like to just shit on somebody. It just makes no sense. Like, I just feel like life is already hard enough for people of color. And so it kind of breaks my heart that like we can't especially just black women do something thank you.
They've been going extra hard.
Whoa.
It's ridiculous.
Like it's ridiculous. And I just feel like, and I'm just going to say it because it's true. Black women get shit on so fucking hard. Across like out of like everyone, we get shit on so fucking hard. Either we're too angry, we're too loud, all this shit's happening. What do you expect?
Yeah.
There's gonna be some retaliation. You know what I'm saying? So like then we get labeled as like negative and the villain. We get villainized when we get tired of all this shit. And so, and I do get worried about that sometimes when we're on the show and I'm talking and I'm going in, right? Because I'm like, I have Matt and Darren here, and here I am, the angry black girl talking about blah, 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 blah. But the thing is that like, it is a real issue. It's a real issue across the board. And it just fucking sucks that there is no safe place for us to just chill and enjoy enjoy ourselves. Yeah, just be.
That's it.
And seriously, if anybody that listens to the show ever thinks that about Destiny and thinks that like Destiny's the one pushing this shit, you get the fuck out and you let the door hit your ass on the way out, because this is something that matters to all of us, which is why we fucking talk about it, which is why we have these discussions, and an opportunity from us as a cis white male who has a lot of privilege to learn about the shit that I don't understand or that I don't know, and just be open to a fucking conversation and fucking listen.
Yo, instead we just want to chill like, with y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? We just want to chill. Like, we're not trying to take over shit. Like, we just want to chill. We just want to be friends. We just, like,
there's room for all of us. And that's why, like, Destiny, way you keep saying it's just like, oh, one day we're going to get big. And, I'm going to be following Matt, but I'm going to be following Matt through every door he walks in. And fucking Jessa already told you, we're going to be walking together every step of the way.
Yep.
That's how this shit runs. So when we do have a fucking level 1 gaming / burnout brighter panel, it will be all of us up there fucking together.
I know.
Right?
Look, I absolutely love you for that, but I think it's just through conditioning and just how I've been raised and being a Black woman. It's really hard for me to think that way, and I'm trying to change it. You know what I'm saying? But like every day I'm bombarded with things that just kind of like, how do you say it? Like enforce what I've already been feeling, all of these negative things, right? And I know you and Darren are not like that. I absolutely know that. But I do know that even on our way through, even though you guys may not be like that, we are going to face people who are like that as we move up.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that like you're like walking like right beside me, I have your back. And I'm just saying, like, just be aware that you are probably going to get shit on at some point too, because you have my back.
And that's
you know
fine.
What I mean? And I love that like you're strong enough to handle that, because I mean, like, I feel bad because I don't want that to be a thing. Like, nobody wants that to be a thing, but I'm so incredibly proud of you and Darren. Like, I say that to you all the time. I'm so incredibly proud of you for using this platform to allow me to speak about these things and to allow yourselves to be educated, because there's just a lot of white people who don't care and who
serious.
And I completely get that, D, and I know it will be a process. But the thing is, if we ever get hate because of who you are and for us standing by you, I don't give a fuck. They can leave. Like, that's not like, if somebody comes up and says A, B, and C because of your video, I disagree with this, and that. Sure, whatever. I understand the hate. But if somebody walks in here and comes up with that kind of attitude, I don't give a fuck who it's coming from. Doesn't matter. We're together.
I just feel bad, like, listening to Baron saying like he has to go into a store and he has to like call. It's really bad. It's really
I know.
I wish it wasn't like that. I hate that you have to do that. I hate that, like, if I have kids, like, I'm gonna have to teach them about that stuff. And I hate that, like, I'm afraid to have a little boy because you have to have that conversation with them, right? Like,
yeah,
it just gets overwhelming. Like, you just get tired of it. Like, they're just for being born Black, or being born a different skin tone, like something you have absolutely no control of. You're already being judged. Like, he's already being judged. If he was a big white guy, he wouldn't have to do that.
Nope.
It's just, it's fucking ridiculous. Like, Twitch can kiss my ass.
Seriously,
that's how I feel about it.
It's too much money.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cry.
No,
don't.
No, dude, like, look, it's funny. We just had pictures done.
That's adorable.
So cute.
I know. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god, I love it,
guys. It's adorable, so man. Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. So no, like, it trips me out. That here it is. What's wild and the real sad part about this when it comes to Twitch is if Twitch won't figure it out, because it's not that they can't or don't, it's they're choosing not to, because we just gave you have the technology to find songs, bam, they got you.
Yep.
Like, you better not have saved that video, delete it as soon as it's over,
right?
I've had YouTube videos go up and it's before it's even finished rendering, copyright claim. Like, the technology is already there.
Yep.
So you're choosing to neglect it. Like, you're choosing not to use it in this way to protect me because we don't fit that bottom dollar. And it sucks that we are gonna need the bigger people. Like, I know who left today. Was it Lupo? Dr. Lupo?
Lupo left for YouTube.
Dr. Lupo left for YouTube. That was a big positive, and I don't even think he directly did it with any minorities in mind. But that's a big hit. That's the type of hits they're gonna need. Like either they're going to need mass waves of smaller content creators walking away, or you're going to need,
or they're going to need the big names
to walk away. Like it has to happen, because that's the, like you said, it has to be pockets. It has to affect bottom dollar. And maybe we could get together. I don't know. Maybe we need some type of class action lawsuit or something. I don't know. Like, because clearly terms of agreement are being broke here.
Oh yeah.
Like clearly terms of service and terms of agreements are being broken. And maybe even a class action together with no real intentions of getting paid, but just to force the hand, because we need these platforms. Like, we need another avenue in order for us to create content on. YouTube is out there. I know you have Trovo, you have who's the other one? God, it's gonna kill me. I used to actually stream there all the time. Ooh, I forgot.
I don't remember what you're talking about. Mixer's dead and gone.
Mixer's gone. It's gonna bug me because I remember seeing it all the time, and I used to be there all the time. God, this is terrible. I swear I used to stream there quite a bit.
Periscope?
Caffeine.
There you go.
Caffeine.tv. Whoo! Yeah. But yeah.
You got there.
And then I find it as I'm terrible. But seriously though, like, there's other avenues out there, and I know a lot of people. I'm not gonna sit here and jump down anybody's throat. Like, there's people out there who had contractual deals already. Like, but at the same time, like, you couldn't take one day. Like, like, if you didn't have any legal binding agreements beforehand, you telling me today you just could, like, it was that. I've watched some of these bigger streamers get like 1,000 subs in a day. Like, you telling me you couldn't take these 5 hours and go watch a couple movies, go watch The Office?
They could have.
Like, you could have. Like, you could have.
They can.
Like,
they could have just played some games and put up some videos on YouTube. They could have done it.
Or they could have threatened. Well, no, they already had because what is the issue? That they're exclusively? I don't know the partnership deals. Is it that they're like exclusive to Twitch, or they can't go live any other place at the same time?
I think it depends on the contract. I think it depends on the contract.
Okay, because I know, like, with the affiliate thing, it's basically like you can't go live at the same time anywhere else type business, right?
Yeah, true.
But I don't know, man. This is too janky. It's not a mom and pop shop. This is Amazon. Like,
they have, like you said, they have the ability to change it. They have the way to. It's just that, like, I have a feeling that the people doing this and the people who give a lot of money to Twitch, maybe that Venn diagram is more of a circle, so they're not willing to kind of.
It's just kind of crazy though, because Amazon's already raking in like tons of fucking money.
Oh yeah,
tons of money. They can't just fix their shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're without worried about the money that Twitch is bringing in, that they can't fix their shit. And there's no way that Twitch is bringing in that much money compared to what they already make at Amazon. Not even. Come on.
Close.
But they're like, no, we still need that $5. So.
Oh my.
So the day that this episode goes live, September 1st, will be the day off Twitch. So make sure you guys are educated. Make sure you're learning. Make sure you're paying attention. Do the fucking homework. Don't just be like, oh, my favorite person isn't streaming today. Because, unless you're following one of the top 10 streamers, they probably are. But if you're following, make sure you're educating. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure you're listening. And just fucking do the research, because...
And honestly, if they're not streaming for a day, go fucking do something else. Like,
exactly.
It's a day. It's a day. Jesus.
A day.
Yep. Let's pivot, guys, to our first news story. Because this is kind of going along the same lines of research and just internet fucking tomfoolery. I'm going to be pulling from hypebeast.com. This is written by James Buttery. Everyone from Lara Croft to Master Chief has made an appearance in Fortnite along the way, but that didn't prepare anyone for the game's latest interactive event surrounding the legacy of civil rights activist Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Creating in partnership with Time magazine, the March Through Time event offers players the chance to relive Dr. King's 17-minute I Have a Dream speech in recreation of the Lincoln Memorial and National Mall called DC 63, created by Fortnite creative community members. While 8 dedicated emotes are made available to players participating in the event, the use of legacy emotes, not to mention 4 years worth of skins from every corner of the metaverse, have attracted criticism of players being disrespectful during the speech. As such, Epic Games has now, not when the event started, but has now disabled all but the 8 dedicated emotes because you had shit, and this is me going off now, you had shit like people giving each other lap dances or dancing on top of the memorial while the speech was going on. So this is now a thing in Fortnite. So just to be, clear, this isn't like you can't go and have a gunfight there. You can't do anything that they lock everything except for your ability to walk and for whatever fucking reason emote in this space. And what the intent is for it to be a learning thing. Now, Destiny, what the fuck?
Yo,
that's just what I'm gonna ask.
So, look, it's garbage. First of all, you putting anything about Martin Luther King in a game as violent as Fortnite makes no fucking sense. Anything with guns. He was assassinated with a gun. I don't know what Time magazine thought. I don't know why Fortnite was like, yeah, this is a great idea, because they also know their fucking community. Like, what did they think was going to happen? Not only that, why now? Why did they drop it now? Why not during Black History Month? Why not around his birthday? Like, this just seems so fucking random. Doesn't make any sense. Baron.
I'm scared. I've heard I guess tinfoil hat time. I've heard a conspiracy theory that they like to use Black people as like a test subject for new things that they're going to try. Not just Fortnite, but just like especially like the games industry as a whole. Like we can go back to Assassin's Creed Origins. You tested out your completely new world and style of game, and you tested it on the Egyptians. They're Black, for those who didn't know.
A lot of people don't know that. Like, you say they're African, and they're like, no, they're not. And I'm like,
I had an Egyptian friend who I much love to Hanny. I used to argue with this dude. He was like, I'm not Black. I'm like, bro, you went to high school in Egypt. You don't get more Blacker than that, sir. Sir, it's pretty Black.
Yeah.
But
continent of Africa. I mean, yeah, like accept it.
Yeah, come on, man. But so now with this, maybe they were testing out doing a bunch of different stuff. Like watch, we're gonna see a bunch of historical moments along this. Like all of a sudden you're gonna see like Fortnite falling of the breaking down of the Berlin Wall. You're gonna see a bunch of major historical moments, and this was the test. I don't like being tested first for anything. Historically, it doesn't go well for my people, both sides of my family. But to this point, what were you smoking? Like this, there's so many other things that could have happened. There's so many. Thank God they had the common sense not to allow weapons to be used.
Oh, right.
Like come on.
But Martin Luther even then,
and then did you see they toyed with the idea of the skin, whether they said it or not. If you go on the store, that's a Fortnite skinned version of Martin Luther King. That's not a real picture of him.
Yeah.
And the fact that you have that means there's some guy walking around with a build of Martin Luther.
100%.
At the studio, somebody's running around with Martin Luther King in game. I can almost guarantee it. There's no way they just made that for that picture. No, somebody's running around with a dev build, running around as Martin Luther King. I believe it.
It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. There's no other way to like look at it. It's disrespectful and it's thoughtless. And so his daughter tweeted about it, and she was just like, yeah, we had nothing to do with that. Like, and I was like, look, for you to even
Yeah, I did some digging about that. Apparently it's like his like IP rights are tied to a company that her brother owns, and like her and her brother are not on good terms, and it's like this entire fucking mess. Like
can we
I just
acknowledge
can't believe it.
can we acknowledge something real quick that Martin Luther King's daughter tweets? Like, just to put in
Yes.
perspective, because a lot of people don't comprehend, like truly like comprehend how recent a lot of this stuff is. A lot of these
Yes.
situations are.
Yes.
And the fact that my mother was, I think, was she born the same year? I think she was born the same year, but just like, I can go call my grandma and ask her where she was when he died, when he was assassinated.
Right. Like our parents were around when that happened.
Like, I can call and ask, like, hey, you know, where were you? And look, and even okay, so allegedly this is a thing that younger people don't do because they don't know.
Do this anymore.
They don't comprehend that this is a phone. And like my kids, I asked my kid to pretend she's on the phone and she went like this. Because that's that's the phone to them. So that's a whole nother argument, but back on point. Please keep me on point because I'm bad for this.
No, you're on point. No, I totally agree with you. Like I think we were having a discussion about how they keep putting pictures in black and white, which makes it seem like it happened a longer time ago than it was, as if there weren't colored photos back then. Mm-hmm. So people automatically think, oh, it's in black and white, so that means like that was a really long time ago. And I'm like, no, like my dad went through the whole thing of when they had to switch over schools. Oh yeah, like this was not that long ago.
Oh yeah, and you know, I'm born and raised in Southern California. My mother, she's barely 46 or 47. She was part of like the first wave of like integrating a certain part of the schools out here. My mom's not even 50. like my mom still goes to concerts. Like, bro, I'm like shout out to mom. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, my mom parties, bro. She if this was pandemic thing wasn't going on, bro,
she'd be like, hey.
Yeah,
Mama Baron.
Like her and my wife, they go out. They go. They're like, oh, Baron just want to be in his office. We gonna go. Like that's how it goes down. But
y'all ladies have fun,
right? Yeah, just bring me back a cinnamon roll from the mall. But no, but it's just so crazy that out of all communities to do this, you just had what concert was it? You just had an Ariana Grande concert, right?
Yeah, literally weeks ago.
You go from Ariana Grande to this. Now, one thing that I will say, because it still doesn't make it right, because you're ignoring so much of the nuance behind it. Fortnite is a social space. Now, once again, what I'm about to say is not a justification for what happened, but maybe why they thought it was okay. They're having concerts. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if in the near future you see like tutoring sessions within Fortnite, like the ability to, because what did they have, like that Minecraft? Like, I'm jumping over to Minecraft. Minecraft has that whole digital library.
They have like a whole learning mode.
Where you can go in and read just about any book in existence, and it's in there held in this digital library.
Right.
But why wouldn't you have created why wouldn't you have just made people citizens? Like, you would have just been a random person from a photo, like the Million Man March photo. Like, just render a random, like, why tie it so heavily to still be part of your game? Like, I think
that's my problem. Like, create something separate. You have the ability and the knowledge and the technology to do it. So, like, why have it within the Fortnite world? Like, I could see if like the company itself was like, hey, we created this separate thing that we want people to be able, and if you have a Fortnite account or whatever, like, you could go to this separate thing and learn blah blah blah, and not take any of your assets. You just come in as whatever.
Check this out
and see it.
I'm sorry to cut you off before I forget. No. Somebody, I forgot whose podcast I was watching, but somebody brought up the point. They were like, dude, they didn't adjust any of the loading screens. During the event.
They give you
and so as you're loading in, one of the loading screens was talking about how headshots provide more damage. Like, and like, are you serious? Like, read the room. Like, bro, you can't. Once again, just how much we're not valued. What does Joe Madison always say? We're undervalued, underrepresented, and marginalized. Like,
Yeah.
it's the shout out if you guys have never heard of Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. The dude's been podcasting and long form content, long form radio hosting forever, since like back with like Dick Gregory, like the dude, legendary. Definitely check him out. But it's so crazy how you wouldn't have did
Consider
that with John
it.
F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have did that with Kennedy.
The thing is that Martin Luther King is white people's favorite black person.
Now.
Okay? Yeah, now. Back then, no. I mean, compared to like Malcolm X, yeah. But like now, he's the go-to black person for white people, and they still kind of did him dirty.
Every time. I just, oh man. At least they didn't come out with like special edition toys or anything. Oh
yeah.
I'm so glad there wasn't a fucking skin, because like you said, I'm sure it exists, but
I'm sure they created one,
bro.
Yeah, I'm sure they have it.
If this would have worked out well and didn't catch so much flack, the skin would have been released, bro.
Oh yeah,
I think you're probably right.
I believe it.
It just baffles me, from like the loading screens to the ability, like that the fact that they had to disable emotes. Like, how did you not see that coming? How was that not like, oh, we took the guns out, that'll be enough? Like,
no,
it was just stupid. It was just stupid.
Oh man,
it was stupid. I'm really surprised that Time Magazine went to Fortnite and was like,
anybody.
We wanted out of all the platforms it could have gone to, it was like
Fortnite's hip with them young kids, and now they're gonna walk around and be like, you know that guy from Fortnite?
Young kids don't care about that shit though. But young kids are not gonna sit there and listen to his 17-minute "I Have a Dream" speech. It is incredible, but they don't fucking care, and this was the wrong way to introduce them to it.
Yep.
Period.
100%.
Oh man. I'm waiting for the days where you could pay for like get a discount movie ticket in Fortnite. Like it's scary.
Yeah.
Yep.
That they really are building up this game as a social space. Like
it's kind of like Second Life.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, dude, weren't people buying like spending real money on digital property?
People were. This chick, I think her name was Annie Chung, became a millionaire in real life selling in-game real estate.
I watched somebody get paid often, and they had a at one of the popular clubs in the game, they had a residency DJ spot where they would go in and DJ and
they DJ and then they get tips and then they cash it out in real money.
Yeah, they get real money.
Second Life is a money maker. Yeah, like a lot of content creators. Yep.
But to round out this conversation, I just don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Please be way more thoughtful when you're doing this kind of shit. And it's just like
do better. This whole fucking episode should just be called "Do Better."
Do better. Yeah, do better. To close out the show, let's dip into a little bit of Gamescom. We have our post show up on YouTube already, but let's just talk at least a little bit about it. Baron, were you following along with everything Gamescom?
Yes, I didn't watch all of it, but I want to say we did a live event for opening
night live,
open day live. Yeah. I believe we did something. And what truly caught me was speaking of Amazon, I'm hooked on New Worlds. I am hooked. I put 80 hours in to the closed beta. Like they were I disappeared, bro. I stopped writing. Like I was gone. Like,
they were like, "Where's Baron?"
Yeah, it was so bad.
New World.
Yeah, New World. I'm in New World. We're protecting Brightwood, but
what about it grabbed you so heavy?
Okay,
because I don't think I've spoken to anybody who's actually like delved in, and like Destiny, I remember like we saw the trailer and we're like, yeah, new MMO from Amazon looks all right, but like, what about it grabbed you so hard?
It just felt good. Like it, like there's fishing. I'm a nerd.
I love fishing.
Okay, right. So I'm a nerd for the small stuff. Like I will spend 20 hours chopping down trees to get my wood logging skill.
That is me.
Yes,
that is me.
It feels so satisfying doing that in this world, and then everything has a purpose, and you harvest an animal, and then all of a sudden every piece of it is a skill to boost. There's the meat to cook, there's the skin to tan on the
I
leathery,
want to play
then
it.
there's the then after you do all that, you can put it all together. You can take the tan leather and craft a leather tunic or whatever, or it can be the straps to your warhammer you're crafting, and it that's what I'm a sucker for. And then it just, the combat felt decent. Like it didn't feel
Okay.
it felt more a good mix of skill and like abilities, and kind of just working it. Like I got killed in battle by people who were levels way lower than me, simply because they were better at the game. And
That's
putting
nice.
combat,
True.
yeah, I
Yeah.
respect that, a good mix of level, skill, and ability. Like it's not just, hey,
Yeah.
watch out, that dude's level 30, he's gonna crush.
Yeah,
Right.
No,
I
it's
bought a $50 weapon and now he's that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and it's funny because I've back in the day I played Guild Wars, I played WoW for a bit, had a lot of fun with WoW. Actually got banned from WoW by my friends in college. They were like, no bro, no more for you. You need to actually come outside. We need to see your face. I've played ESO. I couldn't get into it. That was a game for me that was fun with friends. Like if my friends were on, I would spend hours running with them, but it just didn't grab me the way New Worlds did. So I'd say if you get a chance, the open beta is coming up. Like I'm sponsored by them or something. They ain't paying me, but I think the open beta is like on the 9th. It's coming up on this
the 9th
night.
to the 12th. Yeah.
I'd say try it out. Please try it out. But for me, I know I put 80 hours in knowing it was going to be wiped, just to give you like
I mean, you enjoyed it.
I had fun.
I fucking love a good MMO.
Yeah, and I don't know what it like. It's the little stuff, but that, and then what else was it? There was Saints Row.
Yeah,
I'm excited about Saints Row.
Me too.
Okay, like I'm excited.
Like, dude,
it's the first time I'm actually like stoked for a Saints Row.
Dude, they need to go back to the grounded more. Like, don't be afraid to compete with Grand Theft Auto. Don't be afraid. Like, go for it.
Please don't, because I'm so tired of GTA. I'm not gonna lie.
Man, have fun with it. Go, of course, have some of the zaniness that was always there. But I played the heck out of Saints Row 1. I think I hit a point where I was ranked in the multiplayer, because they had multiplayer before Grand Theft Auto, and they had like a team deathmatch and type of stuff. Dude, I played the heck out of that game. Soundtrack was dope. Combat was fun. But they should go for it. Like, don't, because I know that they were pushed away. Like, oh, you're a GTA clone, and it's like, well, screw it, be the GTA clone.
Well, that and like they went so hard in the other direction. They went so like superhero and so out there. Like I'm excited to see a Saints Row
Alien
that looks more like
shit.
Saints Row. Let me get into some gang shit. Let me fucking fuck around in the city. Like it's been a while since we've had like a game like that. From a time when like we had them like every other month, and it's nice. Yeah. Destiny, what about you? What are some of your highlights from Gamescom?
I think pretty much what you guys already talked about. Like I was just pretty excited about that. Also, that was a while ago, and I've kind of forgotten most of the stuff. And random, okay, this is random, but I just wanted to throw this in. I've been thinking about it the whole time, and I was like, I need to say this, but then I would say something else. I don't have anything against Irish people. I just want you guys to know that.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Just to clarify.
Just to clarify, absolutely nothing. I want to go visit Ireland, so please don't come for me. Like, I have nothing against them. It just always happened to be an Irish person.
And we know the potato famine was very real. Like,
it was. It was very real. Like, y'all went through some shit.
Very real.
Yeah. That's not to say that ours was worse than yours. I don't do that. Okay, so love y'all. Would love redheaded babies. Okay, done.
Moving on. The one that we haven't touched on for me, Marvel's Midnight Suns, looks dope. I can't wait. We're just a few days away. Actually, the day that this episode goes live, September 1st, we'll have some gameplay. I'm amped. I'm still, the more I think about it, Destiny, because we talked about this on our post show, the more it bothers me. No, not that. What?
No, I thought you were going to say when there was like no gameplay.
No, but that also was hilarious. That was Saints Row, though. You were talking about Saints Row.
That was Saints Row.
But Midnight Suns, it bothers me the more that I think about it, that we have like Iron Man, Captain America, Captain
See,
Marvel, and
because
Wolverine.
it
The more
doesn't
I
make
think about
sense.
Give me
doesn't
Scarlet
make
Spider. Give me Moon Knight. Give me some dark ass characters from the underbelly, which is the whole point of the Midnight Suns.
Yep.
But I'm stoked. Baron, are you amped on as we just talked about? You love your tactical RPGs,
bro. It's Fire Axis. These are the people who make tactical RPG. Like these are the guys. This is people. From what I understand and what I've read, I think it was, I don't know if it was somebody on IGN, somebody somewhere, they wrote about how Marvel approached Fire Axis to make this game. Like,
hell yeah.
Yeah, they approached them. It wasn't Fire Axis pushing to make this, which because they're big XCOM nerds. And I'm hype. I'm a little nervous because I know they said that it wasn't going to be XCOM style combat, like directly an XCOM skin, which is fine because if they did go that route, you would have had to use non-IP characters. Like that'd be the only way you could really make that work because you're not going to put a pistol or a grenade in Wolverine's hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you're just not going to do it. He's pure melee.
Slice.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder what we're going to see, and I'm glad that we don't have to wait too long to find out. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm excited because I trust both brands. I trust Marvel and I trust Fire Axis. So I mean, heck, they made Civ. Like, I can comfortably wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. Like, I'm stoked for them to do something in tactics, but different from XCOM. I'm curious to see what that looks like, just because their pedigree is so impressive, and Marvel's finally serious about their fucking IPs outside of Marvel's Avengers. But I'm stoked that we're getting something new. I'm stoked that the trailer's out there, and we're like, what? The game's like 6 months out too. It's coming out in March. Knock on wood that it doesn't also get delayed, but like. But yeah, I'm amped. Gamescom was dope. Make sure you go watch our post show. And do you guys have yours VOD'd?
Yeah.
They might. LV1 Gaming might have theirs VOD. If they do, go check it out.
It might be there. It might be. Go check.
It's a nice.
Go check regardless.
Exactly.
Go check regardless.
It's a good reason to go over there, like, subscribe, read their shit because they make so much awesome shit. That. Everyone brings us to the end of the show. Baron, once again, thank you so much for joining us. It's been such a blast talking to you. But before we close out, hit us with those plugs one more time.
Whew. Okay, so make sure to go check out LV1Gaming.com and get all your gaming news in written form that you're not going to get from here. If you're not here, you need to be over there in written form and read that. LV1Gaming.com. And then we have YouTube, youtube.com/LV1 Gaming 20. Of course, there was 19 other people before us who decided to make a...
Should have put the XX.
Yeah,
XX. Gang.
And then for me personally, it's twitter.com/BaronJ67. And yeah, that's it. Dude, you guys are so awesome. And then LV1 Gaming everywhere. Yeah, TikTok and all the other fun places. I'm supposed to be the communication director, but when it comes to communicating and doing, I'm not the marketing director. There's a reason I'm not the marketing.
There is a difference. There is a difference.
It's a different paycheck. But no, seriously, thank you guys for having me here. This has been so dang awesome. You guys are so fun, and all these places need to do better.
Yep.
That's it. Y'all need to just do better. And Baron, thank you for coming on. I was so excited to meet you because I hadn't had a chance. Now we're cool. I mean, we were cool before, but now it's
like we
now we like family. You know what I'm saying? Like
Fast 10 family. If they don't call that movie family, bro, if they need, honestly, the F stands for family. It's Family 9.
It's family.
It's not Fast and the Furious. It's Family 9.
What's a family?
What's family in Italian? Is it familio? Because then they could make it in Italian and put the IO as a 10.
Dude,
I didn't even know where you were going with that, but now that you said that all out loud,
they could be in like Italy, like that where
was
everything's
good. Oh my god, they should go.
They're all
and
going
like
against
fucking
the Roman
zooming
Catholic
around
Church.
like fucking Rome.
Yeah, they have to speed through a tunnel leading to the Vatican,
and then they find the Ark of the Covenant,
and Jesus is just chilling.
And after that, it needs to be the end of the series.
He's in an eclipse. He's all in an eclipse.
It's the family that you make along the way. Okay, guys, that's
Oh.
always the real lesson.
Oh
But
my God.
get ready, guys, because you better believe Baron's going to be back on the show in the future. We're going to do a hell of a lot of teaming up with Level 1 Gaming because they are incredible people. Make sure you go follow them all. Check their shit because it's always amazing. Destiny, thank you for being always dope. Baron, thank you once again for joining us. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
And they just wanted to. I did, bro,
Yeah.
Matt.
I was today years old. I'm
guessing you already knew this.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Destiny's smart though. That's why.
Right. I'm over here. I was like mind blown.